Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAHSHI. Second, I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. And third, I want to send peace and sincerity to Yakim out there that are pushing this truth and truth and trying to get this truth out there, because it's like the elders deemed it's the year to push, So we're trying to get this truth out there as much as we can before they shut it down, But I heard another brother bring up this Jose Cuervo commercial, so I thought that I would go in on it a little bit, just bring up some points, I guess, some things that I saw in there, and yeah, I'm gonna just let the spirit flow, I guess, So here is a commercial. It's about a 2-minute commercial, but I saw it was pretty spiritual, so I'm gonna bring out some points. Salak, this might try to keep it a little bit short, but I see a lot, in this commercial. So yeah, let me start it over. So basically, let me turn this up. Actually, go turn on my music. I'm gonna pause it right here. Go over here. So basically, you see the Edomite woman in the beginning, and right there, that's already, I don't think I'm gonna keep it full size. That's already a point that just came out right there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but some spiritual just happened already in like the first 20 seconds. So I'm gonna bring that out real quick, okay? So I'm gonna pause it, I'm gonna pull it back. Okay, so first thing you see, boom, you see horses, okay? So I already brought out some scriptures. And I'm gonna bring it up, Horses, it can be found all in the scriptures, but yeah, we're just gonna go a couple key points, bring that out. So you see the horses running in the dust, and she's saying they're coming. It's like, who's coming, But here we go. This is Revelations 9 verse 15, and the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions. Okay, so yes, a lot. Yeah. The horses had heads of lions because that's where the power is, it roars, that's going into like nuclear missiles, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. So for those brothers that are in the truth, it's pretty clear to us. But for if any of you brothers need like edification on that, I'm gonna go into it a little bit more. But yeah, those horses, basically the power, the horses represent like that power, and they have the head of a lion because that's where the power is, it roars when it like collides, and it says out of their mouth is fire and brimstone. Yeah, of course, because like once that nuclear fission happens, it causes like a great fire, by these 3 was the third part of men killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Yeah, con. Here, I think this is boom. Yeah, this is Joel chapter 2, verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, which means like basically before they collide, before they make impact, it's like you see like it's like it'll be like plush. Even though it's borderline desolate because how Esau has kingdom set up, but like basically you'll see things like on the land, and behind them a desolation wilderness, a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them. So basically, that's how the nukes work, like before they hit, everything's cool, but as soon as like behind them, meaning like after they collide, there's a desolate wilderness, and nothing can escape them because nothing's gonna escape that nuclear power, And the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run so fast, like with power, like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains. On the top of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of flame of a fire that devoureth the stubble, and a strong people set in battle array. Okay, I'll probably I have this set up right here. Bear with me. Gather. Ah, here we go. Yeah, so I can look it up a little bit. It's Habakkuk 1 verse 7. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Their horses also are swifter than leopards and more fierce than the evening wolves. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and the horsemen shall come from afar, and they shall fly as eagles that hasteneth to eat. So like I said, you can find this throughout the scriptures, but also in the scripture, when it talks about you can find in other parts of scripture where the horsemen also be described as like their military, or their power. Oh, here we go. This one I was looking for. Okay, this is Ezekiel 26:10. Okay, so by reason of the abundance of his horses, their dust shall cover thee. Thy walls shall shake at the noise of the horsemen and of the wheels and of the chariots, when he shall enter into thy gate, as men enter into the city wherein it was made breach. Okay, so let's go back. So I already brought out like a couple scriptures. It's only been like a few seconds, but here, let's go. Yeah, horsemen. See, kicking up dust. See, it's coming. She said. See, he grabs the money, boom, and he gets blown back. Okay, I'm gonna bring out another point right there. Okay, let's go. First Timothy 1:6. I think I want to start at actually. No, 1:10. Yeah. I should get 1 Timothy 1:10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they erred far from faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. But thou, man of God, flee from these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, and meekness. Because like I just say, the root of money is all evil. So that thing's not gonna save you in that time. Gold nor silver, is gonna save you in that time. So he just got blown the fuck away. He went to grab it. That's what he loves. That's the power of Babylon. Because the word God goes back to power. So their God is that money. That's why on the back of it says, "In God we trust." And they have the pyramids and the eagle with the stars, the nest of stars. Going into Babylon. But yeah, he got blown back. So he took that money. Okay. As, the love of money is the root of all evil. Now we're gonna get some more points. Boom, right there. Okay, I don't know if you saw that, but notice this picture. It's like Esau. That's his power. You have like a police officer. First picture to fall off the wall. Boom. There's no protection. That's his protection. You notice how the walls are shaking, like it said, like I just read, the walls are shaking. So I rejoice, O daughter of Edom, because your time is short, But yeah, the cop fell off the wall, That's representing their power, And I'm gonna bring up two more key points. Boom, right there, another key point. Okay, well, I gotta probably make it bigger for you to see this, dude. But I'll make it bigger so you can see. But yeah, you have this white dude in black face, but he'll come back up, You'll see it. Trying to get that. Yeah, see, white dude in black face. This goes into 2 points that I want to bring up. One of them being representing the tear, you know, which I'll bring that out, which is those that look like they could be of our nation, which really aren't, but they're tares, you know. So he has a black face, but he's really white underneath. Okay, so I'm gonna bring that out. Make sure where is it? Here we go. I'm gonna bring out. Oh, I think that's the one I wanted to pull up. I think this one I remember talking about. But yeah, I'll get this point right here. So okay, so this is Matthew 13 and 24. Okay, it says another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among them, among the wheat, and went his way. You know, and that actually happened, you know, because like when Esau, especially with the northern kingdom, you know, they came in, you know, that's why it says he weakened the nations, because I mean, even like if you think about it, not even like metaphorically, but like you know, just like literally like Edomites, you know, they have recessive traits, you know. So if they were to like mix seed with our nation, then they weaken our nation like physically, you know, on a physical level, if you just want to take it there. But also, you know, obviously in a multitude of ways, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. It says, but when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst thou sow good seed in thy field? Didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy has done this. The servant said unto him, Will thou then that we go and gather them up? So also that's like we try to like make clear too, you know, because like when we have like because you know, like Esau, he'll try to get we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, you know. He'll try to put plants inside of our camps, you know, and create all these false camps, but we know that the spirit is going to kick them out, you know. Rather, and if they're not, you know, really with this, then they're going to be pushed out regardless, you know. It's going to be revealed to us because everything's through the spirit, you know. So we already know that, but yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. It says, he said unto them, An enemy has done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest least while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. So yeah, it could be damaging, you know. So I'm gonna keep reading one more down. It's gonna get to the point. Let both grow together until the harvest. So until that time, you know, until the time, until it's time to gather them up and like really show who's who, you know, because it's gonna be a time very very soon where real men of the Lord are gonna really have to show who they are, you know, and stand for this thing, you know, because they're gonna be trying to put people to put us to death, you know, and things like that, put brothers to death and things like that, put Akim to death. And it says, in the time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. So that's gonna happen like literally, you know, because they're gonna get burnt up in that nuclear fire, which is what you see here, you know. You see this Edomite, but he has black face, okay, so that represents that tear, you know. So that's why he's in here mixed up with all these people too, you know, about to get that destruction, you know. Keep it playing. Place is shaking, you know, because of all of the horses and chariots. And obviously, that's nuclear destruction right there. They make it look like it's comets, but we know that that's supposed to be nukes. Boom. Okay. I could go into that picture right there. That's really just representing, you know, Babylon, you know, falling, and his love for it. So he's gonna die along with it, you know. Damn siren. Okay. Now it's gonna be something else that comes up. I might have to pull it back a little bit because I don't know if you guys saw it, but it definitely just happened. Alright, so here we go. This is probably the last point I'm gonna bring out because I don't want to make it too long. Now, look at this. I don't know if you brothers saw this, but on the back of his shirt, you see like that 54. So I just had a little fun point with that one. I'm gonna pull it up in two different places, you know. Obviously, the first one will be, you know, I'll bring it up in Deuteronomy 28 and 54, you know. So that the man that was tender among you so that the man that was tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Okay, so going into, like, you know, that's the curse that happened to us, you know, which we leave our you know, basically the Israelite man, you know, leaves his wife and children. But this brother, he took it a step further. He went to go run to the Edomite, you know. So he's holding hand in hands with the enemy, you know. That 54, you know, bringing out Deuteronomy 28 and 54, you know. He left his wife and children, but he didn't do it for anything righteous, you know. He just, you know, did it to go walk hand in hand with the enemy, you know. And then last point I'm going to bring out, you know, is Isaiah 54 in totality, you know. I don't know if I want to bring out the whole thing, but yeah, but that was like I just saw a lot of key points in there, so I thought I would bring it out, you know. Yeah, I would just start at 14. I was gonna read the whole thing, but I'll start at 14 and bring down. In righteousness shalt thou be established, thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee. Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. But not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. So that's pretty much all those people in that video. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and bringeth forth the instrument for his work. I have created the waster to destroy. Okay, so no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. Okay, so the Lord created the smith that he created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. Okay, it's not something that Esau came up with, you know. Going back to 1 Timothy, actually started up like the spirit, you know. So here it is, right here. 1 Timothy's 6 and 20. I mean, 1 Timothy's yeah, I think that's where I'm at. 1 Timothy 6 and 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and opposition of science falsely so called, you know, because Esau thinks that, you know, they have like these mastermind scientists that came up with things like that, but we all know that science just means to know, you know. The Lord knows everything, so he's the one that created the smith to blow the coals in the fire, you know, not Esau. Okay, so with that, you know, I hope that was edifying, you know, and then let this play out, you know. Boom, boom. So yeah, with that, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to YAHAWAHSHI, of course. Double honors to Yakim, double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, and also shalom to Yakim out there that's pushing the truth and sincerity, you know, day in and day out, risk your life to do it. And shalom to the brothers, obviously, at GMS Cleveland, you know. And yeah, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.